Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, November 19th, and you were in the Java Cafe this morning. I just drew a blank out of nowhere. We are excited to have a guest this morning who has a entrepreneurial spirit. We know that, or if you didn't know, November is Entrepreneur Month. And so we've been highlighting throughout the month, along with Native American History or Heritage Month. We're going to talk with one of our local tribes on Thursday, but today we have a Black woman. They are, from my last notice, the #1 demographic of entrepreneurs in the country. And also she's a social entrepreneur because she moves in the space of mental health. And so without further ado, and if I believe I'm right, she didn't put it in her thing here, but it's Dr. Am I right? Dr. Nicole Culbreth?
No.
Yeah, I'm kind of known for giving people credentials here. But that could.
That's okay. Not yet.
No. I just that's going to be a good little blooper moment because I heard whatever in the background and I saw your face. So I'm seizing that moment right now. But welcome. Hopefully that kind of just made you kind of go, okay, we're just going to talk about what it is that you do. But welcome to the Java Cafe this morning. I'm going to ask the audience over on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, no matter where you're watching. Welcome, Nicole, to the Java Cafe. Nicole, greet the audience and describe your entrepreneurial journey in one word. After you greet them, one word.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me, Jimmy. I greatly appreciate this opportunity to speak about my journey in entrepreneurship. Describing it in one word is, I'd have to say journey.
Wait a minute. That's I said describe your journey in what? Nope.
Well, okay. It's been impactful.
Okay, I impact is my mission, my foundation, and so yes. I'm not going to beef with impactful. That definitely resonates well. And so based on that, you said journey, and so tell us a little bit about your journey that led you to this place where you are an entrepreneur that moves sort of in many spaces. And so tell us a little bit about Nicole. When I have guests on for the first time, I like for the audience to get to know them because, as you know, it's easier for them to receive when there's some parallel life experience or identification. So who is Nicole?
Well, Nicole is biracial. I am biracial. I'm African-American, Puerto Rican, and I am originally, was born and raised in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and grew up in inner city. I have 3 children, 3 adult children, and 7 grandchildren.
Wait, so your grandma with 7 grandkids?
I'm a grandmother of 7 grandkids. Yes.
Okay, proceed.
Absolutely. And I've always wanted to, I've always had an entrepreneur spirit ever since I was young. I started my journey in working. Well, I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club of Lancaster. And there I had the privilege of watching my godfather, Ted Darkis, and my uncle, Paul Culbreth, work in human services and work in the community and create impactful things within the community. So as I grew up, I've had lots of conversation with my Uncle Paul, and I had conversations with my godfather and my father in terms of, working in the field of human services, wanting to open up a group home, just, wanting to do different things. My Uncle Paul gave me my first opportunity in working in a group home setting within the Boys and Girls Club when I was 21 years old. So, and that kind of started, piqued my interest. I've always wanted to be a lawyer from when I was young, but then it turned into being in human services. And then my son, you know, when he was about 5 years old, he was diagnosed with ADHD. So that was like my, you know, my real hands-on experience as to dealing with it, you know, close to home.
It's interesting because you talk about human services, and the last part that you shared about your son, you're also now in the space of education advocacy, and to some extent,
Yes.
probably policy as well, based on your experience and observations in being an advocate for your child. And so your entrepreneurial journey does span across a few industries and a few spaces. You mentioned human services. You had a desire to be a lawyer. Off cuff, that would lead me to believe that you are very inquisitive and research, and you don't play about the data and the
Absolutely. I'm very analytical. I'm a researcher.
and we
Yes.
definitely need that. And so from mental health to community services, and we're going to talk about your product innovation. Can you, like, what took that life experience? Your Uncle Paul, I had an Uncle Paul growing up as well. But that experience, that encouragement in human services until now, how does that inform your personal mission of being an entrepreneur? That is, if you're okay with it, I would classify you as a social entrepreneur, because I would perceive in this space, it ain't about the money. There's a current conversation going on off a reel I just saw this morning and shared it with my team, that also being in the helping field don't mean you have to be a nonprofit. And being in the helping field doesn't mean you have to always be broke. You can actually be an entrepreneur, a social entrepreneur. So tell us how you got to that journey, from your life journey to this, as you use the word, we'll let you get away with your impactful journey.
Well, I think it, you know, again, stemmed from childhood, then realizing as I got older and the different jobs that I held really, really pushed me to where I wanted to go. And every job, almost every job I held, except for McDonald's, I was in a position of human services. I was in a position of being a change agent. And that just stuck with me. Being able to be a change agent for individuals who have challenges and who struggle, who have their struggles and challenges, in turn also helps me within my any struggles that I have and challenges that I have. And how, you know, just, and it led me to get more involved in the community and know where my fitting, you know, where my fitting ended up, which is being an entrepreneur. Now, working for other individuals, other organizations, you have so much limitation. You have red tape. And so I came to realize that I can best serve people, I can best serve the community if I was to create my own. And there I did that.
When you talk about the way to best serve your people, that place that you've landed, and we'll start transitioning into talking about your product, is a mental health space. What between human services, HHS, which is a very interesting topic right now, behavioral health, is one thing. Then there's education, and then you wanting to be a lawyer. But you are very intentional about identifying the space in which you move, being mental health. What made that final decision around mental health?
I believe the final decision was when I had to personally go through a situation with my son. When he turned 6, the school tried to challenge me, and I was a young mother. So I had my son when I was 17 years old. I had my son when I was 17 years old, and he was two. He was my second of 2 children that I had, because he was a twin. my twin passed. And when my son, he was a preemie, so he was born at 1 pound, 2/3 of an ounce. So fast forward to when he was 6, he he was diagnosed with ADHD. So he was hyper. He was a hyper kid when he was in school. He had all the energy in the world. And the school truly challenged me to put my child on medicine. And I fought them, tooth and nail, that I was not doing that. And when they took it to a level of threatening to take me to court. And so I went to our doctor, who was my doctor as a child as well. And I told him what was going on, and he put him on the lowest dosage of Ritalin. But I never gave my son that medication.
You got
I told him, look, I said, I have the prescription, he's on it. They said, will he be taking any for lunchtime? I said, nope, he gets it in the morning and at night. But the crazy thing is that the calls and the complaints stopped. And what we did was, me and his grandfather, his dad's father, we chose to put him in martial arts. And ultimately, that's what led my son to become more disciplined in his behavior.
Okay. The energy and whatnot he had just needed to be focused with a lot of our young Black men.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, the culture then in the 90s, the first thing they wanted to do was put these children on medication, put these children on medication. And the medication sometimes just makes it worse, and it's just suppressing something that needs to be released in other ways.
Absolutely.
But no one was taking the time to allow that to happen.
So we're going to get into that with just right after just a small bit of commentary, is that just sharing that I'm sure you would agree that each individual patient, child, is an individual. Each case, each doctor has to look at every case individually. And so while we certainly know that you're not an advocate for just jumping in psychopharmacology for our young people, I just would like to also say that I'm saying that in some cases, that might be the route for some, with the caveat, proper monitoring, and then also having a clinician that understands us.
And you're absolutely right. I absolutely agree with you. That is important for those who absolutely do need it. It needs to be monitored, and that gets into medication management. And when it comes to children, the parents have to be very strategic and diligent on them being involved to the point that they have to also do their own research and be knowledgeable, because some practitioners, unfortunately, will just, give the prescription just because a parent asks, or just because it's been, suggested. And some do, take into consideration, what is going on with the child, and take their time to properly prescribe that medication.
I have to mention, I just go to comments for a couple of seconds. Yes, karate, boxing, art, sports all give structure and helps rechannel excessive energy. Or I would just say energy, because we say it's excessive sometimes because we're parents and old heads and these young people, but it's their creativity. It's you talked about the, you didn't say the word outlet, but basically
a
release, for them to be
release. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you've had this life experience, especially with your child. You had a strategic way of avoiding the psychopharm in this case, and it was refocused. And so is that experience what led to Quik Lid? Like, let's talk about how we're building something here, how all of these experiences led to you producing a product in the space of mental health. I'm
Well,
curious.
at that point, I was in mental health for quite some time, almost probably over 15 years. Um, and
Wait a
I
minute, you
came up
just
with Quik Lid
hold on.
because
You talk about being a grandma and you in the system for 15 years, and I'm looking at you, and I mean, my glasses are clean today. You better go
I
ahead.
was in the field. Well, I was in the field over 20 years. So I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. Yeah. So
Well, you ma'am, listen, they say black don't crack, and good God. All right, go ahead, because
thank you.
with your references to longevity in this space, again, you can't make presumptions by appearance, but I wanted to celebrate, ma'am, that you look wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate that. So, what led me, into my product, just me trying to, I was in this, I was in the space of mental health so long. I wanted to see if there's something else that I wanted to get into out there, reading different books. And the one book that I got hooked on was Damon John's Power of Broke. And I was in Florida at the time, and I'm always looking for ways to, find multiple streams of income, and get into different spaces.
Yep.
And I was in Florida at the time, assisting a friend of mine who was going through a difficult pregnancy. And I was just sitting on the patio reading the book. And I just had a light bulb moment because I was the one who was doing cooking that whole week. And I often at that time was hosting, gatherings and stuff at my house. So the kids, always, they served themselves and not covering, putting aluminum foil over the aluminum pans, and, it just gets frustrating. But one evening I was on the patio reading The Power of Broke, and I just had a light bulb moment. He specifically said in the book, something along the lines, if you find value in something, if you create something of value and something a consumer fix a problem, then you got something good. And now that wasn't his exact words, but I'm just kind of paraphrasing.
Yep.
But and I just had a light bulb moment because just literally a few hours before that, I kept running behind the kids, covering this food on aluminum pans. And that's when I came up with Quik Lid. It wasn't, I didn't come up with the name, but I came up with the concept. And literally it was like 1:00 in the morning, and I woke my friend up out of her sleep. I had to tell her the idea I had, and she was like, "Oh my God, that's a great idea. Let's talk about it tomorrow."
So let's talk about it now. What is Quik Lid?
Right.
That concept.
So Quik Lid is a reusable lid for aluminum pans. It's clear in color, so you're able to see the contents of food, of what's in the pan, without having to expose the food. So if it's something that you don't want, then the coverage remains. But if it's something that you do want to serve, you can just open. You can open from two different sides, and you can definitely serve and secure the food after serving yourself. And I do have it with me if you would like to see it.
Show us. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I, up until looking the briefing today, presumed that Quik Lid was sort of some way that you came up with a product to help parents or something and put a Quik Lid on things when they were getting ready to get a little chaotic because of all the work that you've done in the mental health space. We might be getting the idea right here, but so this is an actual tangible of use item. And the other one was as well, but this isn't.
It's a tangible item. So, just think about it in mental health. As practitioners, our job is to work with consumers and assist them in reaching their goal, assist them in pulling out their full potential. And the way we do that is by implementing solutions, strategizing, creating interventions. So, and what are we doing? We are helping them fix their problem. We are helping them, navigate through those challenges. And, and eventually we hope to fix them to, fix their mindset and their drive to a point where they can now function on their own and sustain.
And you did that. Well, the sustainability, let's cross over real quick. Now the sustainability, because it's important to highlight the fact that you've taken all of your experience that happens to be in the mental health space and whatnot. And then also you did talk about in your journey about the encouragement of being an entrepreneur. You came from reading the book. And I just want to let folks know that I did put the link in the comments to the book to which Nicole referred by Damon Johnson, The Power of Broke. And so totally and there's a sister in here that I know is enjoying this because she's an entrepreneur as well. And so is Michelle and a couple of other folks. And so you done built the buzz. I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, so let's switch over from the mental health into, and there's a little mental health component to Quik Lids because you don't want the food to go bad. You don't want it to get wasted. There's an economic impact of that. Thanksgiving is coming. And so, everybody be in and out in the pans and whatnot.
It's football season. So next football season, we want them out to the masses, tailgating, events, even just everyday life. When mothers cook, grandmothers cook, we don't want a whole lot of dishes. So we use aluminum pans in the house. And another good thing.
Can we see it?
Okay, sure. So here's the lid on the pan.
On one pan. And you got three ways to wait a minute, hold on.
This is a half-size pan, so it opens up on both sides.
So are you going to make them I'm looking at this. All right. So this is about the lid, not the pan, because now my brain is split in the middle.
So it snaps on, it just snaps onto the pan and it snaps off.
Snap on, snap off. Okay. And so the other thing about this or another question is, that's for a half pan. Are you making different sizes for? I call them the church pans. The big ones, the ones that go in the sternum. You're about to get a whole.
We have the big ones. We do have the big ones, and they also clear in color and open up as well.
You better go ahead here. I just knew, maybe I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I just knew you was coming with like a red box with like yellow writing with maybe either cards or something and guidance around advocacy. Quik Lid. I'm like, so that's so fun. I'd be checking the briefing in the morning. And two, this is amazing. Now, can I ask a question? And if you use this, I need my royalties. Have you thought about, because with the opening the pan, my first thought was, is there a splitter in the middle? So you open some people don't like their food to touch. And so especially when people are taking pans home, everybody comes and they want to take something home. Have you thought about doing a little splitter product in these pans too?
Splitter products?
Like you can split, it can. The collard green juice is still going to run. The chitlin juice is still, never mind. Forget it.
So the half size, You can
don't
put
need it
2 half-size pans
in the
in
thing.
the large. Exactly. And you have
You
your
gotta come on
half-size
here.
lid.
Look.
And
I got a whole
and
bunch of.
and you said, you know, when you want to take it home or if you
Yep.
have leftovers, the good thing is it's stackable without interrupting the food
The fridge.
in the pan.
Or the food, because
Or-
that's the
and
other thing. Go ahead. That's
Or
the
when
other
you're
thing, because
traveling.
when you stack them up,
Right.
you start to sink and all that other stuff.
Exactly. And make a mess.
My mother is in here tagging my sister. I got a whole bunch of this is funny. I got a whole bunch of church mothers that are part of my audience. Like there's at least 13 of them. And they are in here. We have a question. Is it dishwasher safe?
It's dishwasher safe
and also
oven safe.
It's oven safe?
So it's oven safe for
Up
warming
to-
up
up
to
to, okay.
230 degrees.
Okay. Definitely not microwavable. You probably have to have a pretty big microwave.
No, not microwavable. I mean, we don't put aluminum pans in a microwave.
Who is this? Hold on.
Aluminum foil don't go into this one.
Let me see if I can see the profile picture. Mr. or Miss Willie. We're not messing with you. We're not being shady when we say
they're too big. They're too big for they're too big for a microwave. But they're definitely specifically, you know,
for the oven.
Made for and for serving.
And for a sternal the sternal or
it does retain for a sternal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I use them for one of my events. Yeah, okay. I use them for one of my events, and they sustain, sternals, I think, heat all the way up to like 180 degrees, I believe. So absolutely.
Folks are going in about the microwave. Michelle D. Smith says, love the product and desire to buy or set. Do you have a website to buy them? Actually, she does. I believe I already put it in the comments. Let me scroll up a little bit. Nope, that was just hold on, folks. I am going to put the website up as we speak. But go ahead.
So they're not currently available for sale now, but they will be February 1st.
Of next year. So you're launching in 25.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Hold on, folks. I'm going to put the actually I did put the banner up. And so what you can do, the hyperlink is in the comments, but Quik Lid products, Lord Jesus, QUIKLID products.com. And this link is also hyperlinked in the comments. So you can just go click right there and get information. She is currently raising some funds, and also I'm sure there's a pre-order component there. Can people pre-order?
Yeah, the pre-order, that's the pre-order component. That'll be February 1st.
Okay. And then
I should have said pre-order. I'm sorry. Yeah, the pre-order.
Yeah, you got to clarify that because folks are going to be looking for their lids.
Right. They're going to, I know. I know. I'm sorry. Yes. Pre-order February 1st. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And somebody said I can be another tester. I could be another tester for the holidays. Oh, they messing with you. Damn, that's after the they're gonna support you, but they're gonna come at you because they're like, wait a minute, we can't get them in time for Christmas.
They want that now. I appreciate it.
Where are you located is one of the questions as well.
I am located in Virginia. I am in Virginia. I live in Virginia. Yes.
Okay. And cost for the pre-order for the half pan?
So we are working out. So we do have the cost, and we haven't solidified the prices just yet, but I can give you a roundabout. So the lids will be sold in twos. So the half size are looking around about $14.99-ish and $15.99-ish, and the full size is looking around about $24.99.
I mean, by the time you go through a good holiday season, you have spent that on the disposable ones. And it just makes sense to have that. You can wash it, you can reuse it. And so it does make sense. It's an investment And Michelle
we even
shares
have a
that
bag to store it. So
you got a little cute. Okay, this all right.
Mhm.
You still need to go back and talk to your team about coming up with some cheating IEP 101. Put a quick lid when things seem to blow up with the teacher. Put a quick lid on when that child is just you've gotten to your point. Put a quick lid and open up your self. If we see quick lid in this sort of space soon, y'all see where we got it from here in the Java Cafe. Oh
Yes.
God, Miss Nicole, this is all right. This is nice.
Thank you.
I want to make sure that folks know that we have one. Even if you can't hyperlink to the comment in the comments right now, just remember, for those of you to do screenshots, just remember it's Quik, QuikLidProducts.com. I am really excited for you. It's good that
Thank
you're
you.
in the mental health space, because I can see an entrepreneur like you. You kind of cited some of the red tape and the challenges in the helping field. You come off here and make that million. You fund your own work.
Yeah.
And what you want to do.
That's what I've been doing.
That is the goal. I wanted to share with you. And if we see it, y'all remember that you've seen her. For how many interviews have you done around this product?
I only did one interview.
Was it on screen or was it on mic?
I actually did a promotional video. So it wasn't so much an interview. It was a semi-interview promotional video with Christina Brown. I don't know if you're familiar with Christina Brown. She's Chris Brown's aunt, and she's a chef, and she's an amazing cook.
And she's going to be getting Quik Lids.
Yeah, and she gave me an idea to add to my line. So that will definitely be in the works later on down the line. But I did it, the promotional video, and so not too many interviews on Quik Lid.
Is this your first interview? Because
this is my very first PR interview for Quik Lid. So thank you, Java with Jimmy. I appreciate the opportunity.
Listen, someone said in here, where's it at? Oh, they are really going in and got unsolicited suggestions for you. This is just in time for the holidays. Football season, perfect time to launch the pre-order. Reach out to NFL teams to see which team will support. You get a couple of them football ownership, football
absolutely, that's in our
to make an investment. Look at this. Where is it? Because I just need it to be noted that Nisi said, all I can think about is presenting this to Shark Tank. And Brother Damon presumably came from a little church background or something. Yes. He knows, he grew up seeing them pans and then all the tinfoil. And this is good for the environment. This is actually good for the environment, because we are not wasting the foil and the aluminum over and over again. Now, the other thing is, have you thought about you would need a type of material that could stand up to 500 degrees to put under the lid. Have you thought about creating something for under the lid?
The pan? Like a pan?
Yeah.
I don't want to say I didn't. I did, but the whole point is to still continue to use aluminum pans, because the whole point of the aluminum pans is to eliminate a whole lot of dishes and make it, it makes sense to, when we're hosting or having parties, picnics outside, if the food's gone, we ditch the, excess. Yeah. So, and it's easy to wipe down the lid and put it, wash the lid or wipe down the lid and put it in Quik Lid bag. And now you're leaving with the bag and just the lids, as opposed to,
I'm just thinking from a little, just two things don't rule out. And we can say, I'll always be able to take the claim and she becomes a millionaire, which is very, very, you need to Google this woman, Dr. Sonia. Oh God, what is her name? She was on later this week. If you two connect, it's a wrap. But two things you got. One, that other piece about the Quik Lid for the parents and the advocacy and whatnot. And I get the point about the aluminum, but I'm not a huge climate advocate, but it just crossed my mind. You know what I mean? In real time. And I share when things come up real time, but you might have another.
Later on down the line.
You better come on here. And you started by saying what? You always believe Uncle Paul or somebody told you need to have multiple streams of income. Keep the aluminum for the outside ones. But when it's Thanksgiving in the home, not only get your Quik Lid, get your quick bottom or your quick pan. Quick pan.
Like that. Okay. I'm going to keep that in mind, Jimmy. I'm going to keep that in mind.
quick pan and Quik Lid for or quick lid education. I don't know. But Miss Nicole, I really appreciate you starting your morning off with us today. And we really hope for your success. We hope to look up we know that we're going to look up one day and see you standing in front of Damien. You tell him that his book inspired you. You know that's going to make him kind of make that investment just a little bit.
Yes, I've been trying to get to Damien. So hopefully
well, we'll get look.
That day will come. That day will come.
That day is coming. What we're going to do is we're going to get you this clip and you post it and you tag him on all the websites. And that's that. You never know. He may check his account one day and see this and be like, hey, I'm going to have my team reach out to you.
Right.
Just never know. We speak it into existence on your behalf, ma'am. Thank you so much, Nicole, for being with us today. And again, I can't wait to turn on TV and see them up there fighting over you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you for all your viewers, everyone who's viewing and supporting. I greatly appreciate that.
Thank you. And we will definitely, we'll see you soon. We're going to look up on the big screen one day and see you up there. And then when oh God, you about to be on some next Tabitha Brown type status. We're going to be on Walmart and Target one day. Yo, that's the Quik Lid.
She's on my wish list for collaborators. So
that would make sense.
Yep.
She needs some Quik Lids to put over her wonderful vegan meals.
So. Right. Exactly.
Right there. All right, Nicole. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day, honey.
Take care. You too. Bye.
Folks, I mean that. Don't forget that when y'all in Walmart and Target one day, you'll be able, one, to say you've seen it here first. And two, definitely pray for that sister and support her. And I meant to bring this up. She is well poised to be a successful entrepreneur because, as you know, we talked to Sonia and I think it was Naisha earlier this month about the mental health impact of being an entrepreneur. So I was excited to have her. I will be very real. I thought Quik Lid was I'm looking at her, Anissa's notes and whatnot, and there was nothing in there that to me indicated this was not a mental health product. Quik Lid. I just thought it was a box, take the lid off, and IEP 101. Not, how to handle your child when they're having a meltdown. Listen, Dr. Sonia Lewis. Thank you, Ma. I was trying to think of it earlier. I need to make sure. And if any of you that are watching right now are connected to Nicole, please tell her who I was talking about was Dr. Sonia Lewis. She is the student loan doctor. The two of them connect. It's a wrap. I'm going to leave that right. Uh-oh. What happened with my mouse, Jesus? Okay. All right, there it goes. It's back now. All right. We're going to get ready to wrap up, everyone. Tomorrow, you are being served a shot of Java. There's some things we need to catch up on. As you see, I'm celebrating our wonderful queen, Miss Kamala. I got this. Shout out to Aisha James. She had a watch party at Estella on election night, and she had a whole bunch of buttons and signs and just things. And I want to thank her and Boston Wild Black, actually, because being in that space with Black folks on that night, it was a good buffer for, the stuff that's going on now. So anywho, we will be back tomorrow for a shot of Java. And on Thursday, I have the opportunity to speak with the leadership, the Chopper Quidic tribe of the Wampanoag Indian Nation will be with us on Thursday at 9 a.m. So please tune in as we celebrate Native American Heritage Month. All right, folks, that's it for me this morning. UCB members, you get 60 minutes for watching today. And I believe that is it. Let me just make sure I didn't get no text. No, don't forget to. All right. All right, we're all set. We will see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Have a great day, everybody, and thank you for joining us. And remember, you heard it here first about Quik Lids.